Police have identified the gunman as 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, but the motive for the massacre remains a mystery. Omar Jimenez is in Las Vegas with the latest.
Stories of survival in Las Vegas during the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history.
Then the guy down in front of us about 10 feet up goes down. The guy to the right of him about 3 feet over goes down.
What should have been a night of fun turned into a night of terror.
Somebody just started running saying, "Oh my gosh, he's shot, he's shot." And there's people in front of us that were getting shot, and you were seeing, as you're hearing the shots going off, you were hearing just them hit the ground. I mean, there's the guy in front of us who's running, got shot in his back, and he was still running.
Bullets rained down from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort onto a crowd of about 22,000.
We had to cross the field where the people were getting shot. Every time we heard shots, we would hit the ground and just stay there until they would stop for about 30, 45 seconds, and then we would run as fast as we could. And we just thought we were going to die. There's no other thing. I thought the shooting would never end.
Survivors shocked but grateful to be alive.
Believe that you don't believe you'll ever be a part of now what's going down as the largest massive shooting on our grounds. You don't think you'd be a part of it.
Well, survivors are also sharing their heartbreaking stories from that deadly concert out of Las Vegas.
Witnesses describe in detail what those minutes were like during the gunfire, explaining how they managed to escape and survive. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us now with more on that story. Jess?
Scott and Jacqueline, those who were at the concert describe it as absolute chaos. Bullets were flying for what they described as 20 to 30 minutes, and every time they thought it was over, more gunfire erupted. Today, those who lived to tell their stories say they're just counting their blessings that they're still alive.
I honestly thought I was going to die.
Ruth Thompson and her boyfriend Craig were watching Jason Aldean from a concert suite when the unthinkable happened.
But I could hear the bullets were like hitting our suite, and you could just hear them ricocheting, and it was getting louder and louder. And
they dropped to the floor.
And, you know, you'd hear the like boop, 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 and then it would stop for a second, and then you'd hear like 1, 2, 3 shots.
Thompson says it went on for about 20 minutes. She watched as people dropped dead around her.
I just feel so bad for so many other people that, I mean, the only person that deserved to die was that guy.
The shooter, 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, who was also killed. Thompson eventually crawled out of the suite and just ran.
I found a nice couple that let us get in their car, and they drove us about 10 miles out of town, and we found a little hotel.
The couple was staying at Mandalay Bay, just a few floors from Paddock. Just down the street, Rob Roy from Sarasota was in an airplane trying to land in Las Vegas when the gunfire broke out.
We started circling, and the pilot got on the phone, and he said, "You probably noticed we've been circling, and the reason is we've gotten word that there is an incident at the airport, and we're just waiting on instructions on what to do."
Immediately, Roy thought the shooting was at the airport. But a few minutes later, the plane was cleared to land, and Roy, along with other passengers, checked their phones and heard the news.
The taxi dispatcher kept talking to all the other drivers, saying, you know, this is shut down. Don't go down here. This street's shut down.
Once he made it to his hotel further down the strip, away from Mandalay Bay, he was stranded outside.
The hotel wouldn't let us in, so we're standing outside. A large crowd of people standing outside with luggage, trying to get in.
Roy eventually made it inside safely and saw on TV just how bad the massacre was. Thompson, who was staying at Mandalay Bay, was able to get back inside of the hotel earlier this afternoon to get her stuff. She told me she just wanted to go home and would drive across the country to get there if she had to. Scott.
All right, Jess, thank you. Join us tonight at 7 o'clock, where former Sarasota Police Chief Peter Rabbit, Dr. James Unnever, a criminology and sociology professor, and Susan Nylon of the Nylon Report will all be here in our studio to share their thoughts on this devastating massacre.
And we will continue to bring coverage of the developments surrounding the mass shooting in Las Vegas. You can also get instant alerts on breaking news by downloading our My Suncoast app.
Now let's get a check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob, windy out there today.
Yeah, that's going to be the word, I think, through this week, really. Windy conditions as a result of a low pressure area developing down to our south and high pressure to our north. We're trapped in between these two systems, and that will really tighten up the pressure gradient, and that east wind will continue. Small craft advisories will be flying, it looks like, through most of this week and into the weekend. A few light rain showers still lingering across parts of our interior viewing area. The heavier rain that was around earlier down to our south continues to move off to the west. We will see a chance for showers again tomorrow, but the rain should move through rather quickly as a result of the fact that we'll have a strong easterly wind up to 15 to 20 miles an hour. Temperatures fairly moderate right now into the low 80s, really not too bad in Arcadia, Mayaca City, also Cortez at 84 now, Venice a comfortable 82 degrees, and temperature, the Gulf water temperature now at 86. Currently at the airport, we are looking at a few clouds and 84. And the heat index is not a real big factor. It feels like 88, but the winds are still out of the east at 15, gusts as high as 20 to 25 through the day today. Well, yes, in the tropics, we are watching another disturbance over the Yucatan Peninsula. We'll let you know about that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, well, a collaboration between Northport Police and Florida Highway Patrol hopes to put the brakes on speeders traveling on I-75 throughout Northport.
Northport Police have responded to 350 calls on the interstate since the beginning of this year, and that is a higher number than normal. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us live with more on this story tonight. Christopher?
Good evening. From here just south of River Road all the way south, continuing through the city of Northport, you are likely to see an increased number of patrol cars sitting in the median with a clear message of slow down.
This is not about being out there issuing citations. The point is, we want you to make it home safely.
Last week began a new effort of slowing drivers down on the interstate.
It's a collaborative effort, partnership between FHP and us to get some more visibility out there on I-75 to slow people down.
Northport Police have responded to 350 calls on their 14 miles of I-75 since the beginning of 2017. Typically, the PD doesn't even patrol 75. They leave that up to the Florida Highway Patrol.
Whenever someone sees those marked units, you are going to drive better. You sit up in your seat, you put your mobile device down, you check your speed, you make sure that you're buckled up.
Some say the addition of Northport PD's patrolling stems from short staffing at both FHP and Northport Police. Together, they hope to slow the drivers down, especially since Northport's 14-mile section of 75 is so prone to speeding.
If they're going northbound, they're coming out of construction and they're in a hurry. So it's kind of human nature. Oh, I want to get out there in front and get going.
Only adding to the problem is the vast amounts of empty medians, leading to increased visibility of where the patrolmen are. If you can't see them, you're likely to stamp the pedal harder. And while you may think a rainy day would be the time most prone to reckless driving, in fact,
when it's beautiful out and the sun is out and it is not raining, a lot of people look at this as an opportunity to multitask because they don't have to keep their eye on the road because it's so sunny.
Northport PD told us something interesting earlier. While out running radar, one of their officers downloaded the navigation app called Waze. It allows drivers to mark where they see police patrols. Each time the officer moved locations, he said it only took about 35 seconds for that app to be updated. The police department hopes that will also inspire drivers to slow down. Live in Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Christopher. Northport police are also looking for bandits who stole multiple golf carts. This morning, 6 golf carts were found missing from caddy carts on US 41 in Northport after someone cut a hole in the fence. Also, Publix workers noticed 2 men in a green SUV struggling with a golf cart falling off of their trailer behind the store on Sumter Boulevard. Police do not know if these two are related, but they would like to find out. If you know anything about this case, please contact the Northport Police Department.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, Sarasota County emergency management officials getting some criticism for the food that they purchased during Hurricane Irma.
And why you should be cautious when hiring contractors to help with rebuilding after the storm.
Now you can win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just enter the word of the week at mysuncoast.com. This week's word is pink. We'll pick a winner each week. Good luck. Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Sarasota County emergency management officials are getting some criticism for their choice of a food provider during Hurricane Irma. The county spent about $130,000 to feed up to 500 people during a 4-day span. It hired Madison's Catering just ahead of the hurricane, and each meal cost the county $26 per person. According to the county's emergency services director, the county can get that money from FEMA since President Trump declared a state of emergency.
The funds for this come from what's called Category B, and that is reimbursable to 100% for 30 days. So we will be seeking reimbursement for that cost.
Manatee County spent much less for its food, and the county's emergency operations chief, Sherilyn Burris, says FEMA will only reimburse, quote, reasonable and necessary expenses, and the county would become responsible for anything not covered by the government.
Well, residents should be on alert and cautious when hiring contractors following Hurricane Irma. The city of Sarasota says that flyers are being placed on storm debris piles in neighborhoods advertising for removal at reasonable rates. Well, the city is providing that removal for free, so residents do not have to pay a private contractor. If you do hire a contractor for any work, you should be sure to ask for the business license number, get 3 estimates, and make sure to check the company's reliability through the Better Business Bureau.
Good advice. Some scammers are out there. No
Certainly.
doubt. Up next, Bob will be back with the First Alert forecast. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
That wind kind of kept the temperature, made it feel a little cooler today, a little bit.
More like fall.
Yeah, more like fall. When I got up, I checked my app and it said 16 degrees. I thought we jumped into winter, something
wow.
happened here. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about how cold things looked on some of their digital devices, and that was a direct result of the ASOS system, which is the automated surface observation system at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, had a little malfunction. And all these computer apps and whatever app you use, actually just does it automatically, puts that temperature in, and sure enough, it was showing 16 degrees. It's a little cold for us, but it was obviously a malfunction, so there's no high and low recorded officially at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. You'll see that in a bit. We have had the Anna Maria webcam showing a beautiful day today. Temperatures were in the low 70s to start the morning off at other recording stations around site, and a few clouds now and again. There were a few inland showers. The Anna Maria webcam showing that sun getting ready to set just shortly after 7 tonight. There are advisories in effect across the entire coastal waters of Florida right now as a result of this strong easterly wind. We have a high pressure to the north, low pressure down the south. We're kind of trapped in between the two, and that always causes the winds to be a little stronger as these pressure patterns get close to one another. A lot of rain this weekend. We were anticipating the possibility of getting it here, but it developed along the east coast and caused all sorts of flooding problems there from Cape Canaveral northward through Daytona Beach, where they had up to 6 to 8 inches of rainfall. We didn't get as much here, obviously. That was good news for the World Rowing Championship that took place here in Suncoast. As far as the rain goes over the northeast, a few showers just north of Daytona Beach. The evening planner looks good for us, just a few clouds around, temperatures in the mid-70s by 11 o'clock. Well, we're still in the tropical season. October is a favored month for this area for development. We see a lot of tropical systems developing in the Caribbean and even into the Gulf of Mexico. The National Hurricane Center is watching a disturbance or the potential for a disturbance developing near the Yucatan Peninsula. There's a lot of moisture around here, and on top of that, water temperatures are extremely warm. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but right now 84 degrees. We have some clouds around, and the dew point is at 70. Winds are out of the east at 15, and they'll stay kind of brisk throughout the evening and into the early morning hours. You'll notice no low or high officially, typically 87 for a high and average low at 72 degrees, 94 the record set back in 1986. No rainfall to report today. In fact, just a trace of rainfall at the airport yesterday. We are anticipating a few scattered showers tomorrow, but drier weather will move in on Wednesday and Thursday before we'll start to see some of this tropical moisture head our way. Regardless of whether it develops or not, this moisture is expected to move into the Gulf and then eventually head off toward Florida, and that will bring us a much better chance for showers and storms. This is one forecast model showing some development of what's going to be happening over the upcoming days. You can see a little system here from Cuba starts to develop and then moves basically off to the north through the Bahamas. Now that's one scenario, while other scenarios, the European is suggesting we'll see something develop here near the Yucatan Peninsula and then move up into the Gulf and then right toward west central Florida. That's the European model. That didn't show a very significant storm at all, but it would increase our moisture and also a chance for showers and storms. And the GFS also showing this storm kind of coming in from the Pacific, moving through Central America, then into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, bringing with it some heavy rainfall as well. You'll see that in the 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the 40s now. The northern plains and the northern Rockies kind of cooler there. 84 in St. Louis, though, warmer there. In Dallas now at 81 degrees. Washington at 72, and Toronto at 64 degrees, and 75 now in Cleveland. For boaters, a small craft advisory will stay with us right through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A moderate chop on the bays and in the waters. A few isolated showers developing late in the day. Water temperature at 85 degrees. UV index will be an 8. Tides upcoming. There they are. Sunset at 15 minutes after 7. Sunrise at 7:24. Isolated showers. Otherwise partly cloudy, breezy tonight, and then for tomorrow, partly cloudy, 40% chance of rain in the afternoon and evening, high of 89. The extended forecast, drier Wednesday and Thursday, and then watching the tropics closely as we head into the weekend. We'll be right back after this.
Fear, chaos, tragedy, the mass shooting in Las Vegas, the deadliest shooting in our nation's history. What do we now know about the shooter, the investigation, the victims? David Muir is right there, live on the scene with breaking new reports tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
To some, Old Betsy may look like just an old fire truck.
But for the people of Venice, she's a symbol of the place they call home. ABC7's Linda Carson has more.
When you hear that sound in Venice, you know Old Betsy is close by.
The fire truck is really almost a symbol of the city in a certain way, and Earl refers to it as the ambassador for the city, which it is. I mean, if you've ever gone to any event and Old Betsy's been there, everybody comes to see Old Betsy.
Old Betsy turns 92 in January.
Old Betsy was the city's first fire truck, and she's really the only connection to the original Venice.
The Earl she mentioned is former city council member Earl Midland. He's been caring for Old Betsy for 50 years.
The truck was originally delivered to Moorhaven, Florida. Came in by train from Elmira, New York. 2 weeks later, a great Miami hurricane came in and pushed all the water out of Lake Okeechobee.
Betsy was covered by 15 feet of water. The founders of Venice bought the truck from Moorhaven and brought it to Venice in November 1926. That was 6 months before Venice even became a city. Betsy's lived an active life.
We restored it 3 times. We've had it across the Skyway, 6 trips down to Fort Myers to celebrate Thomas Edison's birthday, and Thomas Edison paid a visit to Old Betsy in 1927.
She's had the best possible care.
I raised $31,000 in a month. We sent it over to Daytona Beach, Florida in 2012 to the Florida Prison Service, and they restored it for us.
As Old Betsy passes Venice's newest 2017 fire engine, you can see the newer engine does have a lot of improvements.
Most importantly, it has air conditioning. We all appreciate that, especially here in Florida. A big difference too, it carries 750 gallons of water in the tank. Also pumps twice as much as Old Betsy did. It has a 1,500 gallon per minute pump.
But the new engine has a long way to go to catch up with Old Betsy's service to Venice. Betsy was on active duty from 1927 to 1960. And during that time,
Old Betsy was there at practically every fire there was, you know, doing her best.
Old Betsy may be getting up in years, but there's a lot of life left in the old girl. She will be in the Sun Fiesta Parade on October 21st, the Halloween Parade on October 31st, and the Holiday Parade the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Come out and see her. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Some great history right there.
Beautiful old thing. I'm so glad they've kept it running, and we still see it go down the road.
She looks great.
World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you back here at 11.